I look for my 2 notches, and then, okay, here are the 2 notches, and then I connect it. Okay, so this one goes here, okay? All right, and then I put a little pin. I'm just putting the pin so I know that goes there. Now I'm going to check the other one is gonna be correct before I even sew. Okay, now I'll look for my 2 notches. Here they are, the 2 notches. That means this goes in the back. All right, so I got it right. So now that I'm 100% sure that this is correct, so I'm going to go ahead and connect my sleeve. The way I do it is going to be, I'm going to join this seam here in the bottom with the other seam here in the bottom, okay? Now, here in the top, I have a seam point, but I can't see it. I'd rather have a notch, so I'm going to create one. And how I create it, I can always just put a pin in there, and I know that's the center, okay, for my sleeve. And the same here. Okay, so the center for this sleeve is not on the seam, it's off. Don't think the seam is the center, okay? So it's off a little bit, so it's right there. So if you don't have a notch, you can create one. Always remember that. If you want to center something, and make sure you find the middle, or you want to find one point so you can match things, match the pieces, all right? So now that I know what's the center for each piece, I'm going to connect this. Okay, now see how I need to have this open? The same here, okay? So make sure these 2 pieces are open. Those seams, allowance needs to be open. Now they're joining pieces, they're kissing each other right at that seam, okay? So now I'm going to connect the other piece. So what's happening here? The sleeve is bigger. Okay, so that's why I have my basting stitch, because I'm going to pull. Now the way I do it, because you can find a different way, I connect the center. I'm gonna use the same pin here. Okay, so this is the center. And I'm going, see how I have tails everywhere? So I'm going to pull this one's here. And make sure you're joining face to face. Okay, because you want to sew on the wrong part, which is the back. All right, so I'm going to pull this basting stitch, and I'm going to reduce the material for the cap of my sleeve, okay? And it's going to create a beautiful cap sleeve right here that is going to match, because I'm gathering the fabric. Okay. Now you need to use your eyeball there. There's just, that's all. Like kind of, I think that looks about okay. And I'm start pinning, and I can go back, and you know, you figured it out. Okay, so looks like I need that much of gathers. See that? And then I put a pin. And I do exactly the same on the other side. Okay? And I'm going to sew in the middle of those 2 rows. Okay? This is kind of like a channel. So I'm sewing in the middle. And then the other thread, what do you think you're gonna do with it?
The one on top or the one on the bottom?
The one that you're gonna be seeing on the right side. You just take it out. You pull it out because doesn't have a back stitch. So just
Both of them?
just one.
Just one. Oh.
The other one, if you want to do it, it's okay. If you don't want to do it, it's fine. Because we're going to serger this at the end. Yeah, the one that it shows. Okay. So now I have my sleeve there. It fits perfect, right?
Yeah.
So I can start sewing. Now I go back and check that I have the 2.5. Do I need a back stitch here?
Yes.
No.
Yes. No. Why not?
Because you're going around.
Exactly. So if I can do a back stitch, but if I'm doing a circle, what's gonna happen when you join the beginning? You back stitch automatically. Okay? You can do it. You cannot do it. Whatever you want, but you don't have to do it. It will save you time, and it will save also. Like what happened if you start with the back stitch and then you finish at the same spot with another back stitch?
It's extra reinforced right
Yeah, it's yeah, and it's going to be thicker. It depends of material. If it's silk, you don't want that
Yeah.
because you're gonna be able to see that. It's gonna be very obvious. Now I always start from the bottom part. That's what I do, and I bring all the threads out, but I don't pull them out. I just left them out. Make sure this is nice and flat. Now I don't really use this like that. I don't use it, but you guys can use it. I just go like this. Okay, and I use my 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. Okay, I'm not going to back stitch. I'm just gonna start sewing. Here's for one. Okay. Now, there's two ways to do this. You can choose that you want to have the gathers and show the gathers. You can choose that. Or you can choose not showing the gathers, so you spread the material all the way around. So I'm going to do one and one so you guys see it. Right here, I'm going to show the gathers so you guys see it, okay? And then on the other sleeve, I'm going to choose not to show the gathers so you guys see the difference.
Okay.
Is that cool? So right now, I'm going to bring all the gathers to here. I'm going right in the middle. If you go right in the middle, you're gonna get the 5/8 of an inch seam allowance, and you're going to be fine. So everything there is flat. Everything here is flat, except the top part, which is right here on the top shoulder. All right, I'm going to have my gathers right there for this side of the sleeve. It's gonna be minimum, but you'll see it. You're gonna be able to see it. And sometimes it looks kind of cute. It depends what material it is. I have one.
I like it when it's gathered and it looks puffy.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It's cute. So I'm bringing all the gathers. Can you see? I'm bringing all the gathers right in the middle. So I'm going to concentrate everything right in that center top of my sleeve. Okay? And I'm sewing all of them. Here we go. I have them all the way there. And then I'm just gonna finish. Okay. Make sure it's nice and flat in the bottom. Now I do a little backstitch, okay? Here we go. So here is my sleeve. Okay, now you see on the wrong side, I only have my gathers. I concentrate all my gathers in that spot. Okay?
And the other one, you said you're gonna spread them out. Okay.
So you guys see the difference and you can decide what to do.
Okay.
Some people doesn't like gathers, some people loves gathers. So here are the gathers. Now, can you see the thread? That's the one I'm talking about. It's going to come out. All right, and all that I have to do is just pull it like that. And I can always like cut here in the
Whichever
middle.
one's showing.
Because it's showing and I don't want it to be showing.
No, okay.
Okay?
It still has the gather?
Yeah, because the other thread is holding the gather.
Yeah.
And then you sew on top. Okay, so now the other side. Now the other side. Okay, so the gathers are right there only. All right? Okay.